Most Americans grew up believing the First Amendment means you can say anything anywhere without consequences. That belief is wrong. The First Amendment is one of the strongest protections in US law, but it is also one of the most misunderstood. It has limits, it has conditions, and it works very differently than most people think. Let's break down the legal reality. What the First Amendment really is. At its core, the First Amendment is not a general promise of freedom, it's a restriction on government power. Its purpose is simple to prevent the government from controlling speech, belief, religion, the press, or political opinion. When the Constitution says Congress shall make no law, that wording matters. It tells us exactly who is being restricted, the government. The First Amendment is a shield against state power, not guarantee of comfort. Government actions versus private action. Here is distinction most debates ignore. The First Amendment applies primarily to government action, not private organizations. That means social media companies can moderate content, employees can enforce workplace rules, private institutions can set standards. You may disagree with those decisions. But disagreement does not equal a constitutional violation. It is the government silence you that's a First Amendment issue. If a private company does, it's a policy decision, not a constitutional one. That's settled law. Not all speeches is protected. Another whispered myth that all speech is protected speech. US courts have constantly ruled that certain categories can be restricted. These includes true threats, incitements to immunity, violence, obesity, fraud, defamation. Free speech was never designed to protect harm, deception, or violence. It was designed to protect debate, decent journalism, and belief. That line is international. Dangerous speech versus offensive speech. Courts don't ask whether speech is offensive, they ask whether it is dangerous. Speech that directly leads to violence or lawless actions can be limited. That's why you can't incite a riot or issue credible threats. Offensive speech, however, is often protected, especially political speech. The logic is simple. Once the government is allowed to decide which ideas are acceptable, freedom collapses fast. Hate speech and the American approach. This is where the United States differs from many other countries. In America, hate speech is often legally protected as long as it does not cross into threats or incitement. That doesn't mean court endorse hateful ideas. It means the government is not trusted to decide which ideas are allowed. The solution to the bad speech under US law is more speech, not state censorship. It's controversial, it's uncomfortable, and it's deeply American. Consequences are not censorship. This is where confusion peaks. Being criticized, being fired, being banned from platform, these are consequences, not constitutional violations. The First Amendment protects you from government punishment. It does not protect you from public reaction. Speech has always carried consequences. The Constitution simply limits who has the power to impose them. The First Amendment is not unlimited freedom, it is structured freedom. It protects citizens from government control, not from backlash, disagreement, or responsibility. Understanding its limits doesn't weaken it, it strengthens it. Because in a democracy, the real danger is not disagreement, it is misunderstanding the rules that protects us all.